Protests in Missoula continued for a sixth straight day on the Missoula County Courthouse lawn. KPAX's Katie Miller spoke to the mayor today, who told us these protests are not a threat to public safety.
Another challenging week in the United States and in many communities around the country.
This is the sixth day in a row protesters are lining up in Missoula, and while there have been a few counter-protesters, Missoula Mayor John Engen says he believes the demonstrations will remain nonviolent. Engen says there is a plan in place just in case violence erupts.
There's just so much going on in the world today, it's really hard to know.
In response to concerns that militant left-wing groups will disrupt Missoula's peaceful protests,
we're prepared, but we don't perceive a threat today.
He says he hopes these demonstrations will bring about change.
Violence unprovoked against any human being is not the business of a police force.
In a city council meeting on Monday, Engen said the city shares a collective outrage and concern over police brutality.
We can always get better, and we are going to do that.
On Tuesday, protester Jay Matson told KPAX he does feel safe in Missoula, but knows what it's like to feel unsafe.
When I turned 16, I got my learner's permit to drive, and 2 weeks after I got that is when I first almost got shot by the police.
Matson says that instance made him feel like he has no control.
You realize that your life is 100% out of your hands and in the hands of somebody else.
Engen says the Missoula Police Department plans to update its use of force and implicit bias training.
I want people of color to know that they're safe in the hands of Missoula's finest.
Engen also made it clear that if any Missoula police officer violates policy, there are consequences.
Our officers know that they're not above law and don't intend to be above the law.
In Missoula, Katie Miller, MTN News.
In a joint statement on Saturday, the city of Missoula and local law enforcement say they stand in solidarity against racism and acts of discrimination.